Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin and let's talk about factoring sum and difference of two cubes. So paano natin masasabi na we have sum and difference of two cubes? So if we have a perfect cube sa first term, meron tayong perfect cube sa last term. So yung operation nila is either addition or subtraction. So take note that this is only applicable for binomials. So, ang factoring method na gagamitin natin will be factoring sum and difference of two cubes. Now, let's have this item. Let's factor b cubed minus 8. So, they are both perfect cube, tapos yung operation nila is subtraction. Now, pag subtraction yung operation na present sa ating binomial, we will use this pattern, which is f minus l. That's the first group. Tapos yung second group will be f squared plus fl plus L squared. Yung F dito is the cube root of the first term. Yung L dito is the cube root of the last term. So, yun yung gagawin natin. So, ang gagawin natin, okay. So, ang first thing na gagawin natin is prepare tayo ng dalawang group. Okay. Ayan. Yung ating F will be represented as our cube root of B cube. So, yung cube root ni B cube is equal to B. So, yan yung magiging F natin. Gayahin natin yung pattern. So, minus. Tapos yung L natin, it is going to be represented as the cube root of our last term. So, yung cube root ni 8, it is equal to 2. So, lagay natin dito. So, yung mga susunod na step natin, ipapattern lang natin dun sa nasa taas. So, si f squared, so we will just square b, yung ating value of f, plus yung fl. So, i-multiply natin si b at si 2 plus L squared, we will just square our value for L. Then, let's simplify. So, b minus 2, that's the first group. Yung second group natin will be b squared plus 2b plus 4. And that's it. That will be the factor of our polynomial b cubed minus 8. It will be b minus 2 and b squared plus 2b plus 4. Tada! Alright. Let's factor this polynomial c cubed plus 27. So, alamin natin, our first term is a perfect cube. Our last term is also a perfect cube. Tapos yung operation nila is addition. Therefore, meron tayong sum of two cubes. So, paano natin ito i-factor? So, we will use a pattern na f plus l multiplied to the quantity f squared minus fl plus L squared. Yung f dito is represented by the cube root of the first term and yung L dito is the cube root of our last term. So, ang first step natin, let's prepare our two groups. Then, let's get the value of our f and L. Start tayo kay f muna. So, let's get the cube root of the first term. So, the cube root of c cube is equal to c. Okay? So, yan yung ating value ng ating f. Tapos, kopyahin lang natin yung pattern plus L. So, yung L natin is the cube root of the last term. So, yung cube root ng last term natin, which is 27, it is equal to 3. So, lagay natin dito, 3. Okay. So, yan yung value ng f and L natin. Yung f is c, yung L is 3. Okay. Then, let's substitute our value. So, f squared, so it will be represented as c squared minus f and L. Multiply lang natin si c at si 3. And last one plus L squared. So, i-square lang natin si last term, which is si 3. Okay? Tapos, let's simplify that. That will give us c plus 3. And yung ating second group will be c squared minus 3c plus 9. And that's it. That will be our factor. C plus 3 and c squared minus 3c plus 9. Tada! Alright. Let's factor this polynomial. We have x raised to 6 minus 125y raised to 3. So, identify muna natin. Perfect cube ba si first term? Yes. Perfect cube ba si last term? Yes. And yung operation nila is subtraction. Therefore, gagamit tayo ng difference of two cubes. So, yung pattern ng difference of two cubes is ganito. F minus L, yung first group natin. Tapos, f squared plus fl plus l squared. Now, let's proceed to our first step, which is prepare tayo ng dalawang groups. Tapos, identify natin yung value of f and l natin. So, yung f natin is the cube root of the first term. So, the cube root of x raised to 6 is equal to x squared. So, yan yung ating value of f. Tapos, lagay natin yung minus, kopyahin natin yung pattern. Tapos, let's get the value of l. So, l is the cube root of the last term, which is the cube root of 125y raised to 3. Tapos, let's get the cube root of that. That will give us 5y. So, lagay natin dito, 5y. Okay? Then, ang susunod nating step will be, follow natin tong pattern na to and substitute the value of f and l. F squared will be x squared raised to 2. Then, we have the plus symbol, f times l. So, copy lang natin si f, x squared, times 5y. Then, last one, plus, so that will be plus the square of 5y. Now, let's simplify it. We will have x squared minus 5y, that will be the first group. And the second group will be x squared plus 5x squared y plus 25y squared. Now, take note, we will apply the power of a product rule wherein we distribute the exponent 2 and we square 5, kaya siya naging 25. Square ng y is y squared. So, that will give us 25y squared. So, ganun din kay x raised to 2 raised to 2. So, power rule, we will multiply 2 and 2 to get x raised to 4. And that's it. That will be our factor. X raised to 4 plus 5x squared y plus 25y squared. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's factor this polynomial 27a raised to 3 plus 64b raised to 3. So, we are given a perfect cube sa first term, perfect cube sa last term, and yung operation nila is addition. So, we have a sum of 2 cubes. Okay, pag may sum of 2 cubes tayo, gagamit tayo ng pattern na f plus l, that's the first group. Then, yung second group natin will be f squared minus fl plus l squared. Okay, so yun yung pattern na gagamitin natin. So, let's prepare our 2 groups. Then, let's solve for the value of f and l. Yung f natin is the cube root of the first term. So, cube root of 27a raised to 3. So, that will give us 3a. Okay. So, yan yung magiging first term natin. So, yan yung value ng f natin. Kopyahin lang natin yung pattern. So, plus l. L is the cube root of the last term. So, kunin natin yung cube root ni 64b raised to 3. So, that is equal to 4b. So, lagay natin dito 4b. Yan yung ating first group. Now, for our second group, we will follow the pattern and substitute the value of f and l. So, yung f natin is 3a and yung l natin is 4b. So, we have f squared. Substitute natin si 3a, that will be the square of 3a minus f times l, so 3a times 4b plus l squared, so that will be the square of 4b. Ayan. So, let's simplify. So, magiging 3a plus 4b. Tapos, we will have 9a squared minus 12ab plus 16b squared. So, take note, apply natin yung power of a product rule. So, i-distribute natin si exponent na 2 sa 3. That will be 3. 3 squared is 9. And a squared will be a squared. Then, ganun din kay 4b. Distribute natin si 2 kay 4. So, 4 squared is 16. B squared is b squared. Okay? Dun sa middle term naman, multiply lang natin. 3 times 4, 12. And a times b is ab. And that is it. That will be our factor. So, this will be our factor. 3a plus 4b and 9a squared minus 12ab plus 16b squared. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Let's factor this polynomial. 8x raised to 6, y raised to 9 minus 343. So, yung first term natin, it's a perfect cube. Our last term is also a perfect cube. Tapos yung operation between them is subtraction. Therefore, we will have a difference of 2 cubes. Now, pag magpa-factor tayo ng difference of 2 cubes, gagamit tayo ng pattern na f minus L times f squared plus fl plus L squared. Ayan. So, yan yung pattern na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, let's proceed to our first step. Yung first step natin is to prepare the two groups. Kunin natin yung value ni f at ni L. So, yung f natin, we get the cube root of our first term. So, the cube root of 8x raised to 6y raised to 9 is equal to 2x squared y raised to 3. So, kopyahin natin yan. Lagay natin sa first group natin. Okay? Then, kopyahin natin yung minus symbol. Okay? Kasi same as the pattern no, sinusundan natin. Tapos yung L natin is the cube root of our last term, which is getting the cube root of 343. Now, the cube root of that is equal to 7. So, lagay natin dito yung 7. Now, alam na natin yung value ng ating first and last term. Now, we will follow the pattern of our second group. So, f squared will be the square of 2x squared y raised to 3. Then, plus, tapos f times L. So, multiply lang natin si 2x squared y raised to 3 and si 7. Tapos, plus L squared. So, substitute natin si 7. So, that will give us 7 squared. Now, let's simplify this. Okay, so we will have 2x squared y raised to 3 minus 7. That's the first group. And yung second group natin, applying the power of a product rule for the first term. Okay, so that will give us 4x raised to 4, y raised to 6, plus 14x squared y raised to 3, plus 49. And this will be the factor of our polynomial. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.